All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I am your host, Lutch, aka TheIndianJesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Shout out to the replay gang. If you missed the party we are about to have, it's going to be a good ass time, but it'll be even better if you were here to watch it live and be part of the show. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so that next time we have a party on Monday, you'll be notified. Really quick, I do also want to give a shout out to the sponsor of this stream, my6shirt.com. There's a bunch of cool different designs, different sizes, different persuasions, whatever floats your boat. And of course, you can get your very own The Indian Jesus here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. You can get your own shirt from mysicktshirt.com. Who do we got in the building? Hey, we got Revolvement. What's going on, brother? We got Kluke in the building. Welcome, welcome. Today, the question I want you to keep in your mind before I even bring it up: could Jubilee do this in reverse? Could Jubilee do this in reverse? So we're actually going to be following an LA liberal, a college liberal, who went to a Trump rally and was very surprised by what he found. I'm not very surprised by what he found, but I don't find that surprising either. So without further ado, let's just dive right into the beauty of it and watch the video.
Friends. I'm a liberal, and I tried to make 100 new friends at a Trump rally in Tennessee, but what I thought was just going to be like this goofy adventure.
We were abducted by aliens.
Really? Turned into something much darker, and completely changed how I view America. But let me back up. I live in Los Angeles, which is one of the most liberal cities in the country.
I feel like in LA, some people are like, if you're a Trump supporter, I don't want to be friends with you. Would you fall into that camp?
Yes.
And when
Already, we're starting with dude's mom won't even be friends with somebody who is a Trump supporter. So take that as you will. We got, hey, Revolvement's back. Welcome, buddy. Welcome, buddy. Not a problem. Glad you are here.
Try to make 100 new friends at UCLA, it went pretty well. I even made some lasting friendships. But maybe it's easier because I'm in LA. What about America at large, where it feels like we're more polarized than ever? So I wanted to try this experiment again and see if liberals and Trump supporters could be friends, which is why I flew to Memphis, Tennessee and bought a ticket to attend a Trump rally, aka the American Freedom Tour. And holy shit, these tickets are expensive. Oh, and Malik is coming with me, but he seemed a bit nervous.
How are you feeling about going to a Trump rally?
I'm not prepared for any
I didn't feel prepared either. So to give our adventure some purpose, I created a quest list.
So already they're framing it as obviously some scary thing to be at a Trump rally. I didn't even when I was a Trump hater, I never got the feeling that was what the rallies themselves were like. I would have thought that, they'd go and cheer on some racist shit and whatever, but I never got the feeling that, I going as a Trump supporter, if I were, would be in any kind of danger or anything. Unlike, on the left, that's kind of almost expected that when you go to one of these things that there's going to be some sort of violence. But so that already caught a red flag with me. But as we saw, who his mom won't even be friends with somebody who's a Trump supporter. So what can we really expect? Ron says, what kind of dog shit mentality do you have to not be friends with someone just because they're a Trump supporter? Like, I couldn't even imagine hating my uncle because he loves Trump. Yeah. I was very much, I was never in that camp, but I was as close to it as you could probably get. My dad's always been a huge Trump supporter, and I laughed in his face the first time he told me. I belittled him, and I thought, like, oh, how silly. I was looking down my nose at him, and turns out he was right. And, you guys know me. I'm not a Trump fan, but certainly compared to Hillary and Biden, if I got to make a choice there, you know exactly who I'm choosing. But so if you're not familiar with the channel Jubilee, they do a lot of cultural stuff like this. And this same dude did a video on the channel where he said, can I make 100 friends in one day? And that was just, an experiment to go to across his campus, talk to people, and try to make new friends. I will tell you that, especially depending on the time of year, if it's the beginning of a semester, then the level of friendliness you will find on a college campus is probably 100 times what you would find with those same people anywhere else. Because especially the freshmen, because when you go to college, you're used to your high school crowd, whatever that is. And then you go to this place and you don't know anybody. So, and neither does anybody else. So everybody is just desperate to cling on to friends. So you want to be my friend? Yeah. Now I got a friend. And then, as you kind of settle in, you click up a little bit, and it's not the same thing. But even still, on a college campus, it's always a little bit less representative of reality than than the rest of the world. So he did that video. We can check that out afterwards if you guys want. But the guy that is going on this journey with him is I think it was the first person that agreed to be his friend in that video. So here, it's not a timed thing. It's just, he's traveling to go to the rally, and can he make 100 friends? Robin says, could you really call those guys your friends? Can you really go call those guys your friends? You met them for one day. I mean, there's people. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's it's not necessarily long-lasting friendships, but as I said, the other guy that's in this video and doing this whole thing with him is somebody that he met in that first video. So let's get back into it.
I wanted to meet a celebrity, have a meal with a Trump supporter, get a Trump supporter to invite me into their home, and since I'm entering the Bible Belt, I figured let's try to go to church with someone. With our quest mapped out, I got ready to meet Malik for a 6 a.m. flight. We're meeting again. Where are you guys from?
I'm from Thailand.
I love Thailand.
Did he really just say, I love Thailand? Have you been to Thailand, bro? Or are you just saying, like, oh, that Oriental stuff is so cute? White people. White liberals.
Yeah, that's me. 1,000% going to have to do a montage with this truck.
Fast life, the fast living. They see the ambition, they know I'm past drift. Look, we are not the same, this is not a game. I've been swerving through
Truck. As I adjusted to this massive truck in the ridiculously warm weather of Memphis, I was getting more and more stressed the more I thought about what I had to do. So to calm my nerves, I called my ex-girlfriend.
Already again? You called your ex-girlfriend? What? That's weird. Why are you talking to your ex-girlfriend at all? That's some... Anyway.
Hello.
Hey.
Like, I don't have any clue.
She's so unbothered by him, and she is just apathetic. Listen to the way she says, hey.
Friend.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. It's you.
I don't have any clue what I'm doing here.
You should probably walk around Memphis today to get a feeling for the city. It's like you haven't talked to anybody. You don't actually know what the people are like. You've never been to this place. Get like culturally aware.
Honestly, great advice.
Quick question. Do you think LA or Memphis is friendlier?
Oh, Memphis for sure.
Why?
Well, just friendlier people than Los Angeles.
Do you want to be friends?
No, I feel like the people in LA are assholes, so probably Memphis.
I'm from LA.
LA, because you can smoke more kush than.
Yo, you're drunk. Quit. Memphis sucks. I've lived here all my life.
Y'all should come to the Bluff tonight.
What's happening at the Bluff?
Never been to the Bluff on a Thursday night.
This is my first time in Memphis. Of course I've never been.
Ask me another question.
I was feeling a pretty friendly energy. So I told people what the heck I was doing in Memphis.
We have this show called 100 New Friends. We were at UCLA. We brought 100 people together. Friendship. So now we're trying to do the same thing, but I'm kind of liberal and I'm doing it at a Trump rally.
Then you are not in the right city, my friend.
It's funny how you can have these, and you can see up in the corner here, he's got the new friends and rejections counter there, and like Rabamet was saying, it's not the point isn't to count how many long-lasting friendships you're making, but the notion is that these people are so horrible because of their political beliefs. I don't even know if I'm going to be safe in their city. That's what he thinks. And I mean, you might not be, but not because you're a liberal. They talk about, they go on to talk about how dangerous the city is, but that's just Memphis. That has nothing to do with because you're a liberal.
Love Trump. He's just the first president we've had that's actually spoke his mind in a while.
Do you think it would be hard for you to be friends with a liberal?
Absolutely not. No. I feel like a lot of people are too closed-minded on that topic. They'll kill an entire relationship over a political interest.
Liberals are more 100% more against Trump supporters.
That girl's on point. So since Kluk brought it up, so that girl speaking truth. Maybe a few years ago, people would have given him the benefit of the doubt. But now I don't think he'll meet even half that goal. Interesting. And the girl, that same girl was saying that that liberals are more 100% against Trump, just whatever the circumstance. Whereas you see a little bit more grace on people who don't hate Trump, not even saying Trump supporters, but people who are not into the woke cult. You can talk to anybody. It's just having a conversation. And let's let them continue.
Are you Trump or Biden?
I'm a liberal.
We'd be friends though. It's just
Already.
opinion.
No, Trump's coming to Memphis tomorrow.
I'm going.
Oh, okay. Oh, then you'll see me there.
Probably won't come.
You want to come?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Are you supporting Trump or Biden?
Trump.
Going to the rally?
No. Hell yes.
I'm going to be there.
Oh God. I mean, is this what the interview's about?
I feel like Trump's a genuinely good human being.
You think he's sexist?
Trump, yeah.
That's what we've needed. We've needed somebody who's going to speak their mind.
You need to go to some other people.
But there was a silver lining to our night out.
You want to be friends?
No, we got too many friends.
Hey, we got Vincent in the building, so that was fast. Yeah, buddy. Welcome. And yeah, just a little side thing. I'm not a WWE fan person, but apparently Jerry Lawler is somebody important in that world, and he ran across Jerry Lawler. So if that interests you, then cool.
Giving the match. Boom! And Lawler with a right hand.
It was pretty cool that we met famed WWE announcer Jerry Lawler, but I still couldn't shake the feeling that I was out of my depth.
Do you think LA or Memphis is more friendly?
Probably LA because people get shot in Memphis all the time.
We were down here last weekend and 3 people got shot.
Why?
Hey, we got Sketchy in the building. Sketchy plays. What's going on? So Kluk said also, why the fuck is one of his goals to get a Trump supporter to invite him home? I wouldn't do that even for my best friend unless I was very comfortable around them. You wouldn't invite your best friend to your house unless you were very What kind of friendships are you having where you wouldn't even have somebody that you would trust enough to come to your house? The idea is that that's a, first of all, you just talk about Southern hospitality. You talk about the idea of conservative values. All of this stuff is supposed to be welcoming. And the idea is that if you meet somebody, a sign of trust and actual friendship is sharing a meal with them. I don't know. I didn't find it that weird. Yeah, I'm not really too sure who that is. I've definitely seen him before, but not a wrestling. Vincent, come on, man. Why you gotta go there? So we have the video is called "Can a Liberal Make 100 Friends at a Trump Rally?" So this guy from I think he said Berkeley or some LA college. He's super liberal. And he did, his first video was, "Can I meet 100 friends in a day?" And so he just went across his college campus and tried to, "Oh, do you want to be friends?" And they kept count of how many rejections and all that stuff. So now he's, on that, it's kind of becoming a series now, and he wants to see how well he can do interacting with people as a liberal at a Trump rally and more generally in Memphis. So we've just started. He's just kind of walking around town, kind of talking to people. And then we're going to get to the rally.
Great time. It's Memphis.
This place is the most unsafe city in the nation. Just be careful. Do you have a bulletproof vest?
I don't. I feel like the resounding advice from this trip has been,
Don't go to Memphis.
Why would you say Memphis is not good?
You cry. Memphis nowadays is #1.
New study finds Memphis is the most dangerous city in the country. This report comes as the Bluff City is on pace to surpass a record number of homicides.
Yeah, no, I can't talk about the
Enough
monkey,
to get some
but
thoughts from the other side of the aisle. I'm excited to follow some sage wisdom I got the night before.
Go to Rhodes campus. They're not Trump anywhere near that school.
I'd never heard of Rhodes before, but they said it really puts the liberal in the liberals.
So now obviously he's going to, again, just like the first video that, again, we can watch later if we have time, but he's going to another college campus. And even in Memphis, a closed college campus is going to be a very comparatively liberal place. Klug says there's no way any of them just said Memphis is the most unsafe city in the nation. I mean, that was the news report. I don't really think that's necessarily the crux of the issue here, but
beautiful, but there is no one here. Hey, excuse me, do you guys want to be friends? I'm Sam. What's your name?
Ricky.
Isaac. Robin. Juliet.
Harrison.
How do you guys all meet each other?
About to go. Do you go here?
No, I go to UCLA actually.
Turns out
UCLA.
Ricky was an incoming freshman, super nice guy, philosophy major, liked to ponder about the world, and I had just stumbled upon orientation.
Ready to meet the challenge of college life.
I met a lot of people from both extremes, and at the end of the day, I mean, that's not really what it comes down to. It comes down to who they actually are. I just don't get into politics.
It's not exactly someone's house,
said every 18-year-old ever.
but we kind of got invited to dinner.
I would call it having a meal with a Memphisian. Mission accomplished. We might not be able to get 100 people. We're learning a lot about Memphis. Excuse me, do you guys want to be friends? Sick. My name's Sam.
As I was saying before, Vincent, you could tell it's like he was talking to his mom, and I don't know where he was reading from. It was talking about people who won't even be friends with someone if they are a Trump supporter. And he was talking to his mom. It was like, "Mom, is that like you?" It's like, "Oh my God, you're a Valley girl." And his mom said yes. His mom said that she would not be friends with someone simply because they were a Trump supporter. And again, I want you guys to remember the original question. Could Jubilee do this in reverse? And obviously they could, but would it be an interesting video for a Trump supporter to go to some type of liberal rally or a Biden rally? What would that video look like? I want you to constantly be comparing that hypothetical in your mind as we're watching this.
Beatrix, nice to meet you. Sage, nice to meet you. This is Malik. Are you guys friends?
No.
Yeah. Oh. Beatrix.
We'll be friends after Sage graduates.
Yeah. Okay.
A few moments later.
I don't really talk to Trump supporters, and so I'm there's a rally here on Saturday.
That's super surprising, right, guys? That he doesn't talk to Trump supporters.
Saturday.
A word of advice. I say tread lightly, not because these people are like super dangerous or like anything like that. I think the people that you are going to meet believe what they believe for a reason before you can have a conversation.
Even in she's going to school in Memphis, Tennessee. And this is still the way in the academic circles that Trump supporters are talked about. That, like, you just really have to be careful because those people over there really believe what they believe. It's almost like the people who believe the things that we believe are not even a threat to you at all. Well, I guess they wouldn't be a threat to him because he falls in line. Vin says, Mom should sue the hospital because they got it wrong. She has a daughter, not a son. Wah, wah. It sounds like he doesn't talk to girls either. Well, I mean, if you count that, he's talking to one right now. And then we also got Sketchy Plays says, it's because of all of these stereotypes people throw around. It's stupid. So if I say that drugs and murders come from Mexico, even though that's a statistic and it's somehow a stereotype, but all Trump supporters, exactly, they have their mind made up. That are racist. Yeah, they have their mind made up, and so that's again with the original question: would this be an interesting video to watch in the other direction? You know, if we flipped it.
You have to have an element of respect and understanding.
Do you think you could be friends with a Trump supporter?
Probably have friends that are Trump supporters right now. But I also see like holding the beliefs of hatred is negatively affecting the person that holds those beliefs. The Southern experience is not a monolith. Like, you are probably not going to find a lot of Trump supporters in this area at all.
Yeah, we went down to Beale Street yesterday, and it was like 50-50.
Trump, I'm liberal. I love Trump. Beale Street is probably not super representative of Memphis. You might find like people don't exactly vibe with someone from LA coming out with like fancy tech equipment to like talk about things.
No, I mean,
so I mean, the fact that you have equipment, I kind of feel like we're past that point where people everywhere are on YouTube are filming stuff. But the idea that you wouldn't be welcome is so ingrained in them that they think they're in danger. They're in danger by just going to a rally. Hey, we got Lil Toes in the building. I missed one here. Said, of course, leftists have a double standard. Memphis is the shittiest part of Tennessee. Never been. So I'll take your word for it.
Like, what are you doing on Saturday?
I mean, I'm doing Juneteenth things, and I'm not going to invite a white guy from LA. Like, think about it for like 2.5 seconds, and it will make.
Did y'all catch that?
Talk about things. Really not super representative of Memphis. You might find like people don't exactly vibe with someone from LA coming out with like fancy tech equipment to like talk about things.
No, I mean, like, what are you doing on Saturday?
I mean, I'm doing Juneteenth things, and I'm not going to invite a white guy from LA. Like, think about it for like 2.5 seconds, and it will make so much sense.
She said, I'm doing Juneteenth stuff, and I'm not going to invite a white guy from LA. Why? Why not? Do you not want white people to be celebrating Juneteenth? Do you not want white people to be educated about Juneteenth? You got a liberal here, so you know that he doesn't know jack shit except what his professors have told him in the last 2 years. So why wouldn't you want him? It's sad that, as Benson is saying, opposing views are Satan in this town. Even though they share their ideology. She's already putting the box up. She's not putting the box up. She's putting a wall up and saying, no, you're an other. So in her mind, hey, we got Patrick's time in the building. Welcome. Says, still no evidence Trump committed a crime. I agree with you. Welcome to the party. I am Lutch, a.k.a. TheIndianJesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Today, we are watching a liberal from LA go to a Trump rally and see how ill prepared he actually is. Definitely, Vincent. Says that's a bit of a yikes, excluding the whites when they're the ones who broke the news. Good point. Good point. Sketch says, I wish you wouldn't let politics define us. Why are people always believing the media, making it define who we are by what we read? My best friend is liberal, and when we have political discourse, we discuss. Hey, we got Jimmy the Drunk. Welcome, welcome, welcome. The party is started. So let's get back to this liberal in Memphis, Tennessee, going to a Trump rally.
Right now, we're at the hotel where Martin Luther King was assassinated.
We must also realize that the problems of racial injustice, economic injustice cannot be solved without a radical redistribution of political and economic power.
What's your name? Mari.
And they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps.
As you see with the people around here, economics is a problem.
So when I bring this stuff to you guys, I usually will watch it 2 times to be kind of just, go through as much as I need to see, like, okay, can I use this or not? If this guy starts going into some woke thing about how, they have it right at this museum, but if people outside would just something like that, I'm going to flip out.
And people are just people, which is why I just don't really think that politics is ever going to work the way it's set up, because we just elect these people to represent us. But
oh yeah, how horrible to have a democratic republic where people actually are represented as long as they vote in their interests. Let's just have mob rule. I bet that's what he wants, right? He just wants a direct democracy. Everybody gets a vote on every little thing. And if you're in the minority, then sucks for you.
You can't represent everyone.
How are you feeling, like, emotionally? Like, you okay?
Yeah.
Do you want to be friends? No? Not even a little bit?
Sorry, what?
Nice to meet you guys. Do you want to be friends? Should we get another drink? Let's get another drink. Do I look like one with CNN?
You just do this to meet women, older women.
Oh, do you want me to meet you? I like the horses.
So he likes he likes the chocolate ladies. He also likes the older ladies.
Are you just vibing out here?
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
What's your name?
Jared. Hey, man, y'all be careful down here, okay?
Oh, Derek. Derek's sick. What do you think about, I guess, like, politics in friendship?
If someone's conservative in their politics, that doesn't define who they are. It probably more speaks to their background and, ways they were raised.
So you bury people in Arlington. You bury the sailors in Arlington. Is it spooky?
You get numb to it all.
Is it spooky? This motherfucker. That's the type of those are the little things that you can really see where the liberal mindset is crooked. These are military men who bury the bodies of sailors who've died. Is it spooky? Like, he just lives in this bubble and everything else is just content to him. There's no awareness that that's a very serious serious thing, and I don't know, just rubs me the wrong way.
Like the death.
No, it's not.
I saw your bass pro hat. I just bought this one today. Do you want to be friends? We're bass brothers. Sailors. How's your experience been?
I'm just having to chill.
They're in Memphis. They are in Memphis. Bro, that's so dumb. They could be burying their yeah, exactly. And there's just no respect, because that's his mindset goes to, instead of the severity of war and battle and death and loss. He hears graveyard and he thinks Halloween. Oh, spooky. Is it scary? Is it like, bro, what are you doing? But yeah, they are in Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice. Malik, always chill. And then Sam.
I'm sorry. I apologize for this.
I woke up day 3.
Sketchy Plays ask what happened to common sense. It died. But that's what the Indian Jesus is here for, to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Y'all never trust me. Do I ever let you down? Do I ever let you down? Just fucking chill. Watch the goddamn video. I got you.
Very nervous.
It is almost 7, and we are going to the Trump rally right now.
As you can hear,
She said, "Who the F is Brandon?" Oh,
the chants from the crowd.
They're saying, "Let's go, Brandon."
Let's go, Brandon.
I feel uncomfortable.
You don't know what's gonna go down.
Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I'm making a piece.
Who remembers what the friend count is at?
Freedom tour, we always like to set the tone right. And starting out by honoring God and honoring the country.
To the flag of the United States of America.
And then there seemed to be a call for friendship.
We look around, we meet people.
A call for friendship at a Trump rally? No, they don't believe in friends. They don't believe in having friends. They don't believe in meeting new people. They don't believe in having conversations. They're just deplorable people, right? Sketchplay said, bro, Indian Jesus is the Shogun, and if you don't know what it means, trust me, it's a compliment. I will take it. Thank you.
I got a bit inspired, so I took the pastor's advice and decided to say hi to a few Trump supporters around.
How brave.
The convention center.
Do you think Trump supporters or Biden supporters are more friendly? Trump, why? Trump supporters.
And that's all that really needs to be said, right? Do you think, which side do you think is nicer? And oh man, Vincent, you are a funny one. But yeah, the guy who just said they just are. It's just, do we know what being nice is? Do we know what politeness is? We can see that people that support Trump tend to be a lot kinder and at least more forgiving from what they believe is they say the right believes that the left is ill-informed and the left believes that the right is evil. And that's why we get to the original question of, could Jubilee do this in reverse? And again, obviously they could, but would that be an interesting video? Would that be something that would be worth the time? Or is the fact that this video exists direct evidence that the two parties are not only not the same, but morally they don't have the same type of ethics and values that are held? There's extremes on both sides. Nobody's saying that there's not. But this is a Jubilee video. I just feel like that's the whole thing summed up right there. But let's continue his journey.
No brainer. What do you think? Supporter.
We're American people.
God-fearing individuals that just love and support all aspects of the country.
Trump supporters because they love family and they love God. I'm from Mexico, but I'm living in Canada since 2005.
Why are you
a Mexican? What? I thought Trump hated Mexicans.
you invested in Trump?
I highly respect President Trump.
Have you heard some of the quotes that he said about Mexico?
They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists.
Does that make you feel any way?
Not at all. I'm Mexican and I'm living the border. And I think what
he's like, no, am I a drug dealer or an arpist? Then no, then he's not talking about me. Anybody who actually heard the quote knows that that is not what Trump was saying. And again, I am not some huge Trumper. I don't like Trump. I wouldn't vote for Trump. So stop making me defend Trump. Sketch says, I feel like with modern feminism and modern civil rights organizations, people have become too comfortable with showing disrespect and not biting their tongues in certain instances. Yep. Winston still caught. Maybe he's there early. I have to assume he's there early. I would guess that it's going to fill up because, again, love him or hate him, Trump fills up rallies. That's for sure. But is he racist against his own race? Said, yeah. Yep. He's like, but you're Mexican. You're not allowed to like Trump because he's bad to Mexicans, and I need to white-splain that to you.
Said about Mexico in 2016, I think it's true.
Oh, he said it's true. What does Clue got for us? Says these liberals always take everything at face value. It's annoying when you have no mental faculties to think beyond the surface and just talk to a normal person or talk like a normal person. 100% agree, Klug. 100% agree.
Do you think that's like the main reason that you support him?
Biden don't know what he's doing.
Why do you think that is?
Everything's going up, inflation.
Do you feel like at home in like the Trump community?
Oh, I definitely feel at home.
Are you from Memphis?
Yes, I'm from Memphis. It is tough. Crime is very high, and a lot of people are out of work and don't want to work and out looking for things to do that's not good.
Do you think you could be friends with a liberal?
And offer it to the entire world for
possible. So I'd be friendly to everybody.
I try to be friendly to everybody. Now, I would assume that, Jubilee being very liberal and this guy being very liberal, you would expect the final cut of this video to be something that, he would take the worst of everything that he saw. So we have to imagine everything else was just too boring and he didn't get anybody trying to fight him or anything like that. And you can't use the excuse that he's a white guy because he's there with a guy who's not white. I don't know what he is, but he's not white. He looks black, but far be it for me.
Absolutely. I got a lot of friends that are liberals. Got a lot of family that are liberals.
Is that difficult at all, or is it pretty easy?
It's very difficult. Yeah, I'm just trying to talk.
Yeah.
And they just get upset.
Do you have any friends currently that are not family that are liberal?
No, this is Tennessee.
I actually wrote a book.
He said, no, this is Tennessee.
Call them Democrats. I call them Democrats.
I would actually say I'm a liberal from LA, actually. What are your thoughts on LA?
Now, turning to 2000.
He's like, I'm trying to listen. Oh man, look at that again. He was like, I'm a liberal from LA.
Actually. What are your thoughts on LA?
Now, turning to 2,000 Mules. This was
I still have to watch 2,000 Mules. I haven't seen it.
a tricky topic because.
Do you think you could be friends with a liberal?
Yeah. Do you think like liberals would do the same for you or no?
No.
Why not?
Because they judge you before they get to know you.
To our detractors, you.
Oh, I can be friends with anybody, but just don't try to put your stupid beliefs on me.
I can be friends with anybody. Just don't try to put your stupid beliefs on me. How simple is that? And I would say that is most people, left or right. But the problem is that the fringes are getting so loud. They're getting so loud. Are you guys joking? Is there something wrong with the sound? I'm trying to follow along, but so let me know if there's a problem with the sound. But that's how simple it should be. But again, we come back to our original question. Could Jubilee do this in reverse? Would that work? Would that be an entertaining video? Would that do anything for anybody?
And I'm not going to put if you think my beliefs are stupid on you.
Like, what do you think the best way is to, unify the nation?
Bring God back. Stop trying to take it on the schools. Stop persecuting your churches.
I don't think America's that divided. Reality is, I would say the majority of average American, we probably disagree on maybe 4 or 5 topics.
I agree. This guy says we probably disagree on maybe 4 or 5 topics. But when one of those topics is something as big as religion, then you saying we need to bring God back into it, I mean, I did a whole stream on it, but that is not helpful. That is not helpful. Sketchplay says, hey, while we're on the topic of Trump, you should watch the 5 talking about the raid on Trump's house. I'll drop it in the Discord. I mean, I've been following along. I don't think there's not much to say yet. I mean, they raided. It seems like a fishing expedition. We'll see what they find. Yep, we're witnessing it. We are witnessing the downfall. But I mean, I think that this video is a little bit of a white pill. I think a lot of liberals are going to watch this and see that at least you can humanize the deplorables or the maggots or whatever. You can look at them as just people who think differently than you, instead of these evil people who want to do this and want to hurt that person and all that. That's honestly what normie liberals think. You might have hate and whatever on the right from more extreme people, but on the left, it's like a default. It's like a default. Kluk, I agree with you. He says, respectfully, when I think when they say God, they mean a shared moral framework and a return to focus on community. I agree with you, but that's not what they said. That is not what they said. And that is my whole point. I know that that's what they mean. But most atheist liberals don't. So when you say bring God back into school, they think that you want to, it's the Handmaid's Tale, and no. That's what they think. So if you want to bring back these values and this moral framework and return to focus on community, then you have to do it in a way that's going to appeal to the people who don't already agree with you. That is my whole point about stop talking about God and religion. It is not helping you. It's hurting you. It says, Vincent says, people used to have a strong sense of pride of country. What do you think happened to that? It's almost, I mean, I've seen in places where it's called a racist dog whistle to just fly the American flag. And listen, the left wing has always been up in arms about the establishment until recently. They're cheering on the FBI right now. But before Trump, when we lived in that world, it was pretty common for people on the left to have significant issues with the U.S. government. But that never superseded the love for the country and the pride of the country itself. And Lilto's, no racism, come on. Cook says it was twisted by leftists through use of a retroactive shame and guilt for past decisions and actions. Yep. That's the cancel culture in a nutshell, right? We only disagree on so few things. But they've specifically picked those 4 or 5 things, whether racism exists, whether we should be able to have abortions, whether these are the dividing issues. And yes, they are divisive, but they're not everything. They're not everything. Vincent says, how come other countries can be patriotic, but we can't seem to? What happened? Leftism happened. Cancel culture happened. Wokeism happened. That's what happened. All I know, I know P for P is pound for pound, so I don't know what that means.
And that's it.
I would actually consider myself like fairly liberal. I'm from Los Angeles.
Do you think anybody there is surprised that this guy is liberal based on his voice? I am totally from, and he actually does say at the end of that sentence. Things you told me that you didn't need to tell me.
And that's it.
I would actually consider myself like fairly liberal. I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm from Los Angeles.
Monica. I live in Santa Monica.
Let me get a hug.
There we go.
A hug? A hug? But he's a deplorable.
Bill, Sam, nice to meet you. Firm handshakes.
I felt the ice breaking. This was real flowing conversation. They knew I was a liberal, but we're still down to just chat. We talked about a bunch of things, but eventually we went down a slightly different rabbit hole.
Yeah, have you done psychedelics before? Yeah. What are your experiences like?
$5, you can figure out the meaning of life. Out in the middle of the desert, seeing UFOs flying around Edwards Air Force Base.
Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah. Believe in a superior being. I think everything's designed to keep us questioning, but all we got to do is have faith in the Lord above and love one another.
And that's where he tunes out. That's where he tunes out. You just made a friend. You're crossing that bridge. You're fixing that gap. But as soon as you bring God into it, you've lost him. There is no 2 ways about it. There's no 2 ways about it. Once you bring up God, that is an immovable, impassable thing.
Do you want to be friends?
Sure, of course. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, I don't care.
On what? Social right now. Sam. Sam, what's your name?
Terry. Okay, I got
Terry.
Oh, come on. What a missed opportunity. The guy's name is Sam. The other guy's dressed up as Uncle Sam. Come on, Terry. Come on, Terry. Look.
Sure, of course. Yeah, sure. Why not? Oh, I don't care. Sure.
Now, Sam.
Sure. Why not? Oh, I don't care.
Right here. He's like, he asked him, "You want to be friends?" He said, "On social media."
On what? Social right now. Sam. Sam.
How do you not say Uncle Sam?
What's your name?
You're wrong for this one, Vincent. You're wrong.
Terry. Okay, I got
Terry.
I'm on the bus, by the way.
You do?
Yeah.
Can I have a tour of the bus?
Open the door and walk in. Okay.
That was.
Open the door and walk in. Horrible people. Horrible, horrible, deplorable people.
Nice.
And if you didn't see, the thing down here was the home invite that you guys were talking about.
Can't believe he just gave me the keys.
Trump was scheduled to come out pretty soon. There was a ton of anticipation inside. But I wanted to chat to a few more people before he took the stage. I heard some commotion outside and I saw a film crew I thought I recognized. They were wrapping up some interviews, so I went over to say hello.
Hello, how's it going? Can I talk to you? No, right now.
So this is probably the best part. If you're not familiar with Jordan Klepper, he works on The Daily Show, and all he does is rag on Trump supporters with incomplete information in a not really that funny way. So compared to all of the evil, deplorable people from Tennessee who support that evil, racist man, they seem to be pretty nice. let's check in with the liberal.
I'm on a break, but okay. How long are you on a break for? For a little while. But your whole thing is chatting to other people.
Yeah, that's my thing. Yeah, happened on January 6th. What do you think? What happened there?
I don't really know what happened on January 6th.
Then what's the difference?
I am not the commander-in-chief in charge of the United States of America.
Doesn't matter.
So that guy. Oh well, I missed it. But the other guy, the guy he's talking to right now, was the guy that our friend Sam was talking to inside. And this is what Jordan Klepper does.
Well, I think that's an important detail.
But you don't want
And so we go back.
to talk to other people.
I'm sorry, but thank you so much.
All right. Well, yeah. Have a good one. Later.
Jordan wouldn't talk to me, but maybe one of the Trump supporters.
Irony. Sweet irony. The one guy who talks for a living and is on this guy's side was the only person so far in this video that's been rude to him.
That he was just talking to would be down to chat.
I'm pretty sure that's a guy named Jordan Klepper. Basically what he does is he just clowns on Trump people.
We get so demonized as Republicans. If we say anything, they're like, oh, that's a conspiracy. You're crazy.
Do you want to be friends?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
But you know what else I believe? I'm also a Christian.
God damn it! God damn it. This is why y'all lose. This is why y'all lose.
There's a lot of biblical prophecy right now, like being fulfilled. I think Jesus is coming back soon for sure.
How soon?
I think it could be this year for real. Have you heard all the stuff about aliens here lately?
I was talking to a guy excited about aliens.
UFOs. You know what I think they're going to say? I think all the Christians, we're just going to disappear. And I think they're going to say that we were abducted by aliens.
Are you excited for that?
I am very excited for it.
Do you go to church?
I do.
Are you going tomorrow?
Yes.
One of my goals was to go to church before I leave.
I could find somewhere for you to go. I go to women's class, but I could find...
Can I come with you?
Yes!
Okay, a bunch of kindness yet again, and I was feeling a little bit confident. Maybe I caught my buddy Jordan, the only liberal at this Trump rally, at a bad moment. So
Vincent says, feels like the rapture is happening soon. So she's onto something. I don't know if you guys have heard the theory of the 2012 Mayan thing. I mean, some of you guys were like 7 when that happened. But if you don't remember, there was the Mayan calendar ended, I think it was December 23rd or September 20, something like that, in 2012. And just like in Y2K, which I know you guys are too young for, people were starting to really take it seriously and get scared that we actually were going to meet the apocalypse and the world was going to be over, just because the Mayan calendar went all the way from whenever the fuck they were around, all the way up past 2,000 years. But that wasn't enough. And it's funny how people were dead serious about it. Dead serious about it. And people will just believe shit. People will just believe shit. Yep. So what did I miss here? So you feel like Johnson. Yeah, she's just straight up weird. Well, Doug said, I hope she is. First impression. Yeah, but the point is, even if she's weird, she's nice. There's a lot of people on the left who are not that weird, but they're also not very nice. So I know which one I'd rather have. Klug said, I feel like these people talking about aliens are fucking with the same guy. I don't think so, dude. I don't think so. Some of these, I mean, again, it seems so out of pocket when they talk about anything besides religion. But these people believe stuff. These people believe stuff. So I have no reason to think that she's just fucking with you guys are arguing about whether she's cool or not. Okay, all right. Vincent says, I hope the rapture plays that SpongeBob possession sound when it happens. Fingers crossed, buddy. Fingers crossed.
I went to go say hi to see if we could be friends.
Do you want to be friends?
I'm so sorry, but we're so busy. And
liberals. It's just he had to have known that people would pick up on that. So I'm guessing that he put this part with, it was 3 different scenes with Jordan Klepper that he put into this. And the juxtaposition is way too obvious for people not to pick up on it. All of the Trump people in this video are nice. All of the not Trump people in this video are not nice. That's the message that Sam here is putting out with his video. Click says there's got to be at least one dude trolling Sam because their liberal sense was tingling. I don't know. I mean, like I said, these people believe things. Wilto says, F me, I've got so many projects first week of school. I got all honors because I'm a weenus. Okay.
But he's working right now, so we can't do interviews.
My job is to talk to people. That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Creating content for the show that we work on.
Yeah.
If that's your job, that's great. But my job is not to talk to you about that. My job is to talk to other people.
What a dick! What a dick! That's liberals. The facade of caring about every single thing under the sun. The facade of having all the information. But when it comes down to it, actually interacting with other people, actually embodying the morals, the values that we want, it all goes out the window. It all goes out the fucking window. I mean, the video, I don't know what else I could say except how crazy is it that it's that stark of a difference.
He kind of represents what I think I am trying to not do. Literally, people here have never heard of him because he exists within the liberal echo chamber. I don't know if it...
Burn! Burn! Go Sam! That was dope. He said, I don't want to be like Jordan Klepper. These people have no idea who he is because he's in that liberal bubble. That's what happens. You just start feeding your own, you start feeding your own people whatever they want to hear, and you just get this insular audience. And then, as Liltos says, it turns them into hateful turds because they think they're right about everything. And they think other people are so horrible. Like, how could you even be so horrible as to not hate Donald Trump? I know you don't like him, but you don't actively hate him. Remember the girl the other day when we were talking about Metallica? And their message was, we don't care who you are. We don't care about anything. We don't care about who you vote for. We don't care about what you eat. All we care is that you're here celebrating life through music with us. And she thought that was cancelable. She thought that Metallica should be canceled for that statement because they said they don't care who you vote for. And remember, this was a pre-Trump world. That if you don't vote the way that I want you to vote, then you're not allowed to come listen to our music. That's what the typical, not the typical liberal, but the typical leftist, the ones that are more in the weeds, the ones that are pushing the quote unquote values or the lack thereof. That's how they think. Vincent says they hate people, then project their own hate onto those people. 100%. 100%. How often do we talk about projection? And it's usually tied with somebody just saying something. It usually comes with that. They'll just make a claim, and then they'll project their anger onto whoever they're talking to. That's the lefty playbook. That's the playbook. You just do that, and you're good.
Changes minds, just cements your tribe or whatever.
It feels like the politicians and, as usual, people in charge that are controlling everything are taking advantage of the people who have good intentions and have been kind people. Everyone I've talked to has been cool. You can still find the views absolutely disgusting, and I do see some of them that way. Politics is just one aspect of a person. There's a lot more to them.
Maybe some of them are confused, but they can still be kind. There are people at the top that are manipulating everyone below.
I stepped back to the.
Give it that. Hold on. Jesus fuck. It said something on the bottom there. Let me get rid of this.
Convention center.
They can still be person. You know, there's a lot more to them. Maybe some of them are confused, but they can still be kind. There are people at the top that are manipulating everyone below.
And even that notion that, oh, they might be confused, but, you know, people at the top are manipulating everybody. That's a huge step. That's a huge step away from they think this because they're evil and they want to control you and they want to do this and that. We got a bunch of comments here. What did I miss? Woman's favorite tool. Yep. Yeah, that's that sign language. Lil Toes says it's because God helps spread positive vibes. God doesn't exist. I definitely am an atheist outlier. No, I had to drain the main vein, you know. So this thing says there are people on the top who are manipulating everybody to below. The meme obviously being like, "Whoa, I figured it out."
I stepped back into the convention center, and the fervor of the crowd was increasing. Everyone was getting more and more excited that Trump was about to take the stage. And so on my way back in, I ran into a few new friends. Hey. Then I ran into Craig, and the conversation weirdly turned to Burning Man.
Do you want to go?
No, of course not.
Why not?
Miserable, terrible place.
Really? You are building community from the ground up. Isn't that exciting?
All the buzzwords. Oh, you're building community.
But isn't that what we're doing here? Like, we're building community. You're talking to people. Like this is a community right here, right?
Just go.
Wait, why the eye roll? Why the eye roll? I'm probably not using the same like vocab.
Like
is more familiar, but I feel like we're talking about the same thing, right? What rubs you wrong about what I'm saying?
It doesn't rub me wrong.
But you roll your eyes.
Anytime someone uses that word.
Community?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's you're trying to adopt significance.
Is that what we're all trying to
see? And that's the problem. And because Sam said, isn't that what we're all trying to do? Yes, that is it. That is what we're all trying to do. I'm sure if you talk to this guy about his religious community and the community aspects of his church, he's all for it. This is the problem. This is why we cannot get along. Everybody wants a community, a well-built community, held together by values. And there's a lot of us. So it's not easy to figure all that out. But when you gatekeep having a community, now this guy didn't specifically say anything about religion, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and assume that he is a Christian who, is very much about his, his parish. You already know.
Yeah.
I better not get in trouble for this music. So all we're watching is somebody or a bunch of people having fun. And they're like, oh my God, like, we don't have fun at our rallies. We just complain about shit and yell at shit and chant shit together like we're in a fucking cult, because we are. It's, I mean, the level of disparity between how people see the other side, this proves it. It's not just, oh, we hate them, they hate us, whatever. It's very clear that this goes in one direction. We talked about this when we were talking about if a liberal, if a liberal takes a picture with a conservative person, no matter what, the assumption is always that the liberal person is adopting the conservative values. It's never like, oh my God, Ben Shapiro took a picture with I don't know with Rachel Maddow. Now he's going to be a liberal. No, it would be like, why is Rachel Maddow taking a picture with Ben Shapiro? Doesn't make sense. But the brainwashing goes that far down. And it's not accidental. It's not incidental. This is precisely the plan. The whole divide and conquer, that's exactly what they're doing. And that's why I wanted to share this with you guys, because this is breaking that that pattern of only showing the other side being ridiculous. And we can all be guilty of that sometimes. I mean, we just did a whole thing on cancel culture. We're making fun of libs at TikTok and all that. But as long as we have something more, then we're not just being assholes. And I want to keep having fun. I just don't want to be an asshole. So here we are. I'm a brunette guy myself.
Oh, there's Buddy. See you, buddy.
That's so dope. Hold on, can we get that?
Oh, there's Buddy.
Look at that bus. Whether you like Trump or not, that's impressive. That is impressive.
See you, buddy. Hey, do you want to be friends? Do you want to be friends? Do you want to be friends? Yeah. My name's Sam. Helen, what did you think of Trump's speech?
Oh, I loved it.
Yeah? Yeah, I would actually consider myself a liberal. Would you?
Talk to her. I need to get a...
Would you be friends with a liberal?
Nah.
Why not?
Oh, so we are 20 minutes into a 22-minute video. And now, finally, we have come across somebody who doesn't want to talk to him because he's a liberal. And it's just some old lady. They're just saying, oh, no, thank you. Go wear a Trump hat at one of these rallies for Biden or anything coming up in the midterms. See how that goes.
Hey, Holly. How's your Sunday?
So this was the crazy lady, the alien lady.
Women's class.
Okay, thank you so much for inviting me over here.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Sam. How's it going?
So that's the quest list. Remember, the first one was meet a celebrity, have a meal with a Trump supporter, Trump supporter home invite, and then the last one was go to church. So here we are. Vincent is in California. A lot of conservatives over there. I was speaking to a conservative woman from there the other day, and she even confirmed it. Confirmed. What am I missing? I don't know what you're confirming.
I got some breakfast burritos and also kolache.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
You're used to Samuel. Hey there, one of Holly's
Hello.
friends.
And now we're all new friends.
So let's pray. Lord Jesus, we just thank you so much for this day and for this gathering of people.
Fuck
God, we
Jesus.
ask that you would be glorified.
God doesn't exist.
God would just draw us closer to you. Lord, help us to love you and love those around us more. You know, I pray and thank you. Amen.
Amen.
So, in doing so, Solomon said, okay, sure. And then he married 700.
That camera must be so distracting to just have a camera in the middle of your table just spinning around.
I heard you.
Just pretend it's not here.
Yeah, we probably have to head out to catch our flight.
Yes.
But thank you so much for like inviting you
for like
into this world. And yes, of course. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah. They're a fun group of people.
I like that.
Yeah,
That was nice.
it was super wholesome.
One time that people were just all happy.
So, Kluke, you are correct that he didn't even meet half the goal. But now the question is, was the number goal more important than what he actually got out of this experience? And I would say astoundingly, overwhelmingly, no. The experience that he got, and to see, oh, wait, you mean not all Trump supporters are horrible people? That's better than 100 people saying yes to you. Oh, you want to be a friend? Fist bump, and never see them again. Well, so it says, after this, we eat a bunch of church food and play church games. Then listen to Jesus music. You guys do whatever the fuck you want. Just don't involve me. Yeah. I mean, they knew, but still weird. Still weird. And like, especially having been Christian, if I was, I would never be able to pray on camera. That's so weird. Hey, August Burns Red is a Christian band, and they're awesome. But other than that, yeah.
Head out.
The Newsboys.
As Malik and I headed to the airport, I was reflecting on this whole trip and this whole idea of friendship. Malik and I met randomly at UCLA a few months ago, all because I asked him, "Do you guys want to be friends?" He just said no, and so much would have been different. But because he said yes, it led to us traveling across the country and doing something that we'll both remember for the rest of our lives. This friendship, like most of the best things in life, started out with a small step, a tiny interaction, a question. Now, it's led to this deep friendship. On this journey, we connected with so many people that didn't share our politics at all. And that left me wondering if this divide, Trump versus Biden, red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican, is a way of thinking that doesn't serve anyone.
It doesn't serve anyone. I'm jealous of myself. What? Or is one of you jealous of me? Because I am the real Jesus. I am. And the point of why I wanted to show this to you guys was not like, oh, cool, liberal goes and makes 100 friends at a Trump rally. Yippee. That's trivial compared to what really happened. And we have I want to just show a couple quick things right quick that are not going to send you that message. So we have a similar, where are we? I think he went back to the school. He found them. He talked shit about how much how bad the Trumpers were. Panties came right off. But we have here a video from Vice, excuse me. Vice. So this thing's probably going to get claimed. But I want to, and I haven't watched this one yet, so I don't exactly know the difference. But I want to see how the someone like Vice approaches the exact same topic. And so this video is: a Democrat went to a Trump rally to try and understand MAGA lovers.
The prodigal son.
Oh, wrong one.
It was taken away from us, but we should have. We did great in New Hampshire. We should have won New Hampshire, but that's okay.
President Donald Trump threw himself another rally on Thursday night in a state he nearly clinched in 2016. According to him, his Manchester, New Hampshire event even broke the venue's attendance record set by Sir Elton John. This is Lucas Meyer, the 29-year-old president of the New Hampshire Young Democrats, who is working to stop Trump from flipping the state. We invited him to the rally.
So this is from August 19th, 2019.
Why did you agree to do this rally today?
I agreed to do it today because, one, I think it's instructive.
The drama. Oh my God. You're going to go to this event in an arena for a politician. And you might die. Oh my God. Like, come on. And Wilto said Vice fell off. They were, I mean, understatement of the century. Vice used to be legit. They used to be legit. What the fuck? I remember some of their pieces were just spot on. Stuff with stuff with the war, and then also a lot of cultural stuff. I remember seeing something about the hardcore scene in the UK, like the hardcore dance scene. I remember something about I don't know, a bunch of different stuff. They used to be awesome, and now I can't even remember anything that they've said that is worth remembering. They definitely fell off. Imagine the end just points like you. That would be great. Luke said that guy could not be any more liberal if he tried. I know the hair. Exactly. The Vice is reduced to the back page of Snapchat. That's where you're gonna find that. That's all they're good for. This was on HBO. Yeah, this was on HBO. Let's see. As of 2019, let's see how good or bad Vice was.
To experience that, I mean, this is a really unique time in our country's history. Maybe I'll learn something new. I don't count on it, and part of it is I want to see.
Already, I don't count on learning anything from going to a rally of people that I completely disagree with. How could I learn anything? They don't already agree with the things I think. How could I learn anything?
To like motivate myself for the next year and a half to see what sort of like rhetoric, what we're up against. It's always good whenever you're organizing to remind yourself like why you're doing this and like what drives you to do it.
So with Sam, he was legitimately like, okay, let's see what's good here. This dude, I don't even remember his name. This dude is like acting like he's going behind enemy lines in a hot war conflict. It's like sometimes you got to remember what drives you to do this. And we have to stop the deplorables. Otherwise, we haven't got that far. But we have to stop them. Linto said, dude could at least try to make his voice deeper. Excuse me. And says, they don't agree with the way I think. How could I possibly learn any new buzzwords from them? Even at that level. There's things that people on the other side of the political aisle from you talk about that aren't a concern to you and have buzzwords and jargon and rhetoric that isn't necessarily propaganda, but clearly it hasn't gotten to you because you work at Vice. And you think that this is a dangerous thing. Now, Sam was worried too, but he went in open-minded. This is not open-mindedness.
Sometimes like confronting that hate is like the only way to do it. Yeah, this is not what Manchester looks like on a average Thursday afternoon. This feels like a carnival.
Meyer has gone to one other of these events, but that was as a protester. This time, he wanted to try
He went to one other event, but that was as a protester. There, he was armed with heat-resistant gloves and a baton and a knife and a gun. Now, he's just got to go as a regular citizen. Bum, bum, bum. How am I going to discover another new gender with them? Well, that I don't think you're going to find at a Trump rally. But you never know.
understand why people support this president at all. We have Lucas here, who's a Democrat. How would you convince someone like Lucas to vote for the president in 2020? What do you think he's doing right?
Okay, so my first question is, do you love America?
Yes.
Okay, because that's a
I love that. I love that. I want to run this back. I'm going to give you guys a second. I want, if you guys can point out, before I say it, what I love about what just happened, I know that I'm doing what I'm trying to do. So let's run this back, and I want you guys to see if you know what it is that I love about this exchange.
Someone like Lucas to vote for the president in How would you convince someone like Lucas to vote for the president in 2020? What do you think he's doing right?
Okay, so my first question is, do you love America?
Yes.
Okay, because that's a huge problem on the left right now, is that they don't love America. They hate Trump more than they love America.
Hey, we got Posital in the building. Welcome, welcome. Said both agree in 1 point. I don't know what that means, but I am so very glad you are here, my friend. We are taking a look at 2 different videos of a liberal going to a Trump rally. We saw before a video from Jubilee where a dude was, you know, kind of being a little bitch about it. But eventually, you know, he opened up and realized that, oh, okay, Trump supporters are just people who have different political ideologies for me. Now, we've got this bearded bear over here working for Vice doing the same thing, and it's turned out a little bit differently. So I'm gonna and Positala just posed the question: what is it about this this exchange that I really, really love? So one more time, we're gonna go back a little bit.
What do you think of this event at all?
Let's see. I want to see if you guys can figure it out.
Lucas here, who's a Democrat. How would you convince someone like Lucas to vote for the president in 2020? What do you think he's doing right?
Okay, so my first question is, do you love America?
Yes.
Okay, because that's a huge problem on the left right now, is that they don't love America. They
Vincent got it. Vincent's the smartest one of all ya. No, but seriously, getting that foundation. Do you love America? Finding common ground. Because if you don't love America, well, then anything that I was going to say on the assumption that you do love America is irrelevant. This is how you have a conversation. This is how you have a conversation. She didn't say, don't you love America? Don't you want to da-da-da-da-da? That's what you would expect from the left wing. And unfortunately, I understand that when we're talking about this stuff, we are talking about more fringe elements. I'm sure if you go to a Biden rally as a Trump supporter, you'll be able to find nice people and all that stuff. But I would wager a huge bet that the percentage of people at a Biden rally who would be willing to even speak to somebody in a MAGA hat is infinitesimally smaller than the number of people at a Trump rally who would be willing to speak to a liberal. I don't know what you guys are talking about here. Yeah. So then, yep, you were right on it too. So Posital and Vincent, you guys got it. Vincent, because now when they say some commie shit, she can go back to you, but you said you love America. Got him. Exactly. And it's not like the point of that is to have some way to own the libs. That's not the point. The point is to actually have a conversation where you guys understand what you're talking about, to progress your thinking. And if you're not on the same page, like Posital saying here, if you don't both love America, then there's not much of a conversation there. If you don't love America, then you probably don't want to vote for Donald Trump. You probably don't want to vote for Biden either. But that's neither here nor there, because that's her starting point. Yeah, that's just the icing on the cake. Heard that. And this is a much shorter video. So there's less nuance. But instead of using that to tell a more compact story, what I assume they're going to do is just use this and then some footage from wherever and act like it balances out completely. That's my bet. So many people don't love America, yet they don't want to live anywhere else. Facts. Facts.
Hate Trump more than they love America. So I love my country more than.
Did you hear that? Yeah, she said they hate Trump more than they love America. He's just doing right. I love my country more
than anything in the world, and I would say that if you love our country, vote for Trump because he's doing everything he can to protect our nation.
Can we now you can, and so I want to see what they get into, and there's definitely room to argue her claim that Trump is the best at doing what that is. But if you don't agree that that's the goal in the first place, to make America a better place, then it's no wonder why you disagree. It's no wonder why you eat up the propaganda that these people are evil. Her first question, do you love America? That's all that it takes. That's all that you need. If you love America, and this is her argument, if you love America, that's all you need. And so let's see where, obviously they're going to get into it, but that is not the message that you get from the Jordan Kleppers of the world. You get this idea that you can't even platform them because if they open their mouths, they're going to traumatize everybody with their microaggressions. No, you just don't know how to argue your points. And hey, we got Tyler in the building. What's up? What's up? Yes, sir. Push-ups. I did miss a few days in there. I'm not going to lie, but I did them today and I'm back on track. Glad to have you here, brother. We are watching a liberal go to a Trump rally. Ooh. And guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do that. It definitely helps with the algorithm, and we want to get some more motherfuckers in here.
Unpack that, love for America.
So I'm going to run that back. I'm going to run that back. So she was basically saying America is...
More than just they don't love America. They do love America.
Yes.
Okay, because that's a huge problem on the left right now is that they don't love America. They hate Trump more than they love America. So I love my country more than just about anything in the world. And I would say that if you love our country, vote for Trump because he's doing everything he can to protect our nation.
Can we unpack that love for America and what does that mean to you? And what about what the president has done makes you think that he loves America?
That's what the liberals do. They will over-intellectualize everything. And because this is the party of people who went to college and the academics and the elites and all that, then this is how they go about having having their this is how they go about debating. They redefine things, semantic obfuscation. What he's trying to do is change the definition of loving your country so that he can make loving your country into something that is bad. So that her bedrock of her entire framework being that she loves America, if he can twist the words and make that a bad thing, that everything she believes is wrong because she loves America. Like I said, I prefer the brunettes, but I'm not kicking her out of bed.
He loves America because of his foreign policy, how he's being hard on our borders. He's being hard on other countries that aren't that are disrespecting us and have been for decades. And that's why I love him. I want everybody to be here. I want everybody to love our country as much as I do.
I think Donald Trump.
I really wish they would have shown more of that. But the clear assumption there is, dude didn't have anything to say. Because if he did, they would have showed it. They would have showed it. But they didn't. Indeed, they are. Vince said he wanted to go there just to come back like, aha, I proved myself right, without actually having to go. I mean, he is there. For whatever that fuck that's worth. He is there. He is talking to these people. But how much of an open mind he has, seems like he's ready to, to just do this. But we're only halfway through. Not even, we're halfway through. So let's get
has fundamentally changed our country in a number of ways. And I guess a question to you think
better or worse?
For the worse.
Has he done anything good?
He has energized a lot of my friends to get off their ass and do something. So that's good.
He didn't find much common ground. Not even with.
See, again, they're not showing the exchanges. I'm sure that guy had a response to that, because I've had that conversation before, and I'm not even a Trump supporter. The fact, he's done. Oh, these policies have made this, that, and the other worse. Obviously, the next part of that conversation is what policies? What did he say? What did he do? And there's answers. There's legitimate answers where you could say, I didn't really like that he did that, and so, whatever. I don't know what those ideas would be. But you're allowed to think whatever the hell you want. But don't you think it's weird that they, with the, the way that they're cutting this, the way that they're making it seem like he's out here dunking on all the Trumpers? Is this anything like what Sam from Jubilee was doing?
Someone who once voted blue.
I'm a registered Democrat, and
Is that a surprise?
Not in New Hampshire.
I've been watching since 2016. I've been watching because I was a Bernie girl. He had something really special, and I followed that whole process, and I watched what the Democratic Party did to him, what the Democratic National Committee did to him, and I was disgusted. And I will never vote for another Democrat so long as the party continues down that.
Preach, girl! Hell yeah! This is a girl in my mind. I think she might be wearing a QAnon shirt. So if that's what it is, then I take that back. But I was right there with her. I was paying attention. I was all about Bernie. I was a registered Democrat. And then the DNC rug pulled him. And because the brainwashing was already so heavy, for me at least, I know a lot of other people as well, but for me, the brainwashing was such that even all this time, through all of 2015, and saying, oh, Hillary's a horrible person, we can't go with her, we have to go with Bernie because Hillary's a Clinton. I mean, what else needs to be said? But then Bernie's gone, and it's just Hillary and Trump. And it's like, well, Hillary's Hillary, she's a Clinton, but, I mean, Trump's Trump. That was literally the argument that convinced me. Because I just didn't know any better. But much like this woman, I took that loss. I took that L hard. And I'm not saying I'll never vote for another Democrat. I probably won't. But I've just decided I will not vote against anyone ever again. If I'm going to cast a vote, it's for somebody who has earned my vote. And I think that, the default of everybody just vote. When most people don't know what the fuck is going on, they usually default to the Democrats, depending on where you live. And especially in some of these, the super blue cities. It gets so bad, it's so ingrained that you don't even have to get into a discussion about these things. It's just a given that, of course, we hate Trump. Of course. There's no other way around it. So the trench coat woman drug him there after convincing, after his mental breakdown and existential crisis. Well, he's certainly not doing too well. The cuts are not showing anything. They're purposely cutting away from all of the good stuff, which is this guy not knowing what he's talking about. This guy seeing that the people at this rally are not, just, again, horrible people. I am right there with you, little toes. That is something I ask myself all the time.
Does she have a point?
Let's see. I missed that. Let's go back.
Democratic National Committee did to him, and I was disgusted. And I will never vote for another Democrat so long as the party continues down that path.
Does she have a point?
Yup.
About 2016 and how Bernie was treated by the party?
Here in New Hampshire, I mean, we're in a state where Bernie won.
That's not the question. He didn't even this woman. She didn't even ask him, "Do you agree?" All she said was, "Does she have a point?" He said, "Well, here in New Hampshire, we're Bernie one-handedly." That's not the question. That's not the question. Klug says that question, "Does she have a point?" shows exactly how ingrained the idiocy is from the leftists.
Right. So I personally do not see that there were institutional hurdles thrown in his campaign. I think Hillary Clinton pretty fairly won that race.
Are you of the opinion that she won the popular vote?
I think that's a fact. I don't think that's an opinion.
Is it though? Is it though? Is it though? Is it though?
I think that's a fact that she won that. No, you disagree?
I disagree, but okay.
When the time came, thousands of superfans stood outside the venue to catch a glimpse of 45 on the Jumbotron.
Your devotion and your drive, we are going to keep on working, we are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning.
That was one of his longest speeches that I've ever heard. How are you feeling now?
Awful. Terrible.
Do you think?
Okay. I really hope there's about a minute and a half left in this video. If he cannot say why he feels awful, terrible, which I'm not expecting, but I'm just saying with a legitimate source, that's what I would expect. But if he doesn't do that, we will clearly be able to see why this only moves in one direction. So let's see. Let's back her up. Let's back her up and make sure we get the whole...
Winning, winning.
That was one of his longest speeches that I've ever heard. How are you feeling now?
Awful. Terrible.
Do you think he's
why?
an effective messenger for his campaign?
Yeah. It's easy to message when you lie. He is very savvy about how to lay out his argument in that anything he says that will be fact-checked and be proven to be totally fucking bullshit.
So as a news outlet, when you say something like that, then you'd want to take the things that he said in the speech, fact check them, and then tell us all of the things that he lied about, or at least give us 3 examples. This is, yet again, just an example of someone just saying things. Just because you say it doesn't mean it's true. Just because you say it does not make it true. You need reasons. You need evidence. You need logic. Wilto says all ancient history is technically all myth opinion. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Right after, but the fake news will tell you otherwise. It feels like that.
Feels like fascism. How so? How so, my friend? Because that's quite a bombastic claim. I feel like I would have heard about that. He said he can't do it. There's nothing to prove. Oh, I know. Let's see. Well, this is...
It'll be proven to be totally fucking bullshit. Right after, but the fake news will tell you otherwise. It feels like fascism to me. It feels really dangerous to me.
How? Why? What is fascistic about it? What is dangerous about it?
And we saw it in those what seemed like very civil conversations, but we were
Oh, so far, those were not even civil conversations. Our lying eyes, they just showed us him talking to 4 or 5 different people. But those, they seemed like civil conversations. They seemed like civil conversations, but they were dangerous. They were dangerous. Positel says she's neutral. She is looking for the idea that fits her and ready to change to a different group according to her ideas. The girl that he's with. Yup. Like, oh my god, I just can't, girl. Like, yo, pass me a Xanax for real. Kluk said people like this need to go to Canada and ruin that country. Well, I think it's already pretty ruined, but I definitely agree with the sentiment. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited to see what he what he has to say about what the seemingly civil conversations that we saw. And maybe if you put some more of that footage in the video, then these claims could be fact-checked like you so desperately need from Donald Trump. But let's see. Let's see.
That feels like fascism to me. That feels really dangerous to me. And we saw it in those, what seemed like very civil conversations, but we were talking right past each other, right? Because they were operating under a whole different other set of facts than what I was operating under.
Right. That is how political conversations tend to go. How is that not civil? Do you not understand what civil means? Did you call anybody any names? In your head, I know you did. I know you were thinking everybody is super dumb. But did you say that to anybody? Did anybody call you any names? Did anybody yell? Then just because they are operating on a different set of facts, aka reality, doesn't mean it wasn't a civil conversation. That's not what those words mean. And Paz how 100%. He feels like he's the main character. That is, I was talking about in our last stream about why the woke people from Lubes of TikTok that we see, why they're so unhappy. And one of the things that we came up with was, aside from loneliness, there was an entitlement and a desperation for approval. And that points directly to feeling like you are the main character in the world, and it's your story, and everybody else is just an NPC. It's crazy. It's crazy that not only like it's not crazy that this guy would have this experience and think this way, but for a news outlet to film this and cut this up like this and then put it out as if you did anything. It's crazy. But what's even worse than that is how many people gobbled this shit up. They went on the Glock 2000 with this shit. And said it's like the producer's only instructions to him were overreact no matter what. And he said, yes. Kluk is the main character. But Vincent says, I am the captain now. So let's see. Yeah, they're operating under a completely different set of facts. Let's see what this, what get out of this and get out of here.
Did you learn anything at all from speaking with the Trump supporters?
Oh, put a Y if you think he's going to say yes. Put an N if you think he's going to say no. Did he learn anything from speaking with all the Trump supporters? And I'm going to pour myself a drink while I wait for your answers. If anybody is interested, I've got my Jersey Shore Extracts mug. Just got it today. If you are in the state of New Jersey and you would like some cannabinoid type stuff. Hit up Jersey Shore extracts. I know I did. All right, hold on. I'm switching cans here. I got one answer. Guys, yes or no? He's the main character in game. I don't even know if I should say that out loud. Luke said it's unfortunate that the main character of The Walking Dead. It's unfortunate that I'm the main character of The Walking Dead, so I have to live in a world with untrusty individuals and zombies roaming free like that guy on screen. I need one more answer. There's 5 of you here. Only 2 of you have given me an answer. Do you think this guy will say that he learned anything or not? A Y or an N? Come on, guys. I know you can do it. I know it's spelling can be hard, but I believe in you guys. The Y is the one that's next to the T, and it's got a U on the other side. And the N is one that looks like an M. There's another one right next to it. Okay. So Positile says no. Vincent says not at all. Wilto says nope. Jimmy Dean is Jimmy Dean. Welcome, welcome, brother. Fair answer because you didn't see what we were the question. So I'll take it. I'll take that as a no. Click says I don't think this guy will say that. He'll have learned. I don't think this guy will say that. He'll have learned that he prefers conservative men to put him in his place in bed. Is Y an instrument? I have no idea what you guys are talking about. So everybody here, myself included, thinks he's going to say, no, I didn't learn anything. I knew that these people were da-da-da-da-da. Actually, no. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that because they want this to seem like a fair, balanced, real, actual news segment, that he said, yeah, I actually learned, and it's gonna be the most thinly veiled insult of Trump supporters that you can possibly think of. So let's see.
But we were talking right past each other, right? Because they were operating under a whole different other set of facts.
And even there, notice that he's angry about that. He's like, they had the wrong facts. Instead of, well, we see the world so very differently. It was really hard to find common. No, they didn't. Anger. Oh my God. Right. Oh my God. Oh my God.
What I was operating under.
Did you learn anything at all from speaking with
here we go.
the Trump supporters before the rally?
I learned that we have to work our asses off if we're going to beat them.
I was right. You guys were all wrong. I was right. Because of course, a liberal has to take every single opportunity to virtue signal possible. Every single opportunity. I did learn a lot. I learned that we have to crush these people because they're so terrible, just like I thought before. Come on, guy. That's what you learned? Let's go back and watch the last few, the very end. Oh, actually, it's a funny part here. So this was after after Sam was in the church group. Let's go back and see how he summed up his experience.
Because
Yes, of course. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah.
They're a fun group of people.
I like that.
Yeah.
That was nice.
It was super wholesome.
One time that people were just all happy.
Let's head out.
As Malik and I headed to the airport, I was reflecting on this whole trip and this whole idea of friendship. Malik and I met randomly at UCLA a few months ago, all because I asked him, "Hey, do you guys want to be friends?" He could have said no, and so much would have been different. But because he said yes, it led to us traveling across the country and doing something that we'll both remember for the rest of our lives. This friendship, like most of the best things in life, started out with a small step, a tiny interaction, a question. Now, it's led to this deep friendship. On this journey, we connected with so many people that didn't share our politics at all. And that left me wondering if this divide, Trump versus Biden, red versus blue, Democrat versus Republican, is a way of thinking that doesn't serve anyone.
The prodigal son has come from Tennessee.
Hello, father. Hello, mother. So, mom, I have a gift for you.
I don't want it.
Oh, yeah. Let's see it on.
I know.
Let's see it on.
So when we compare that to this motherfucker.
Heard. How are you feeling now?
Awful. Terrible.
Do you think he's an effective messenger for his campaign?
Yeah. It's easy to message when you lie. He is very savvy about how to lay out his argument, in that anything he says that will be fact-checked and be proven to be totally fucking bullshit. Right after, but the fake news will tell you otherwise. It feels like fascism to me. It feels really...
Just like the level of, like, should I say this? Like, oh my God. I know nobody's ever heard this before, but I think, and stick with me here, because nobody's ever said this before. I think that Trump is a fascist. I know. It's crazy to think that. I know. It's so crazy that nobody's ever said that before. Look at this. What is this? What is this? What is this? It just like feels like fascism to me. The white pill aspect of this is that it's the millennial dude who is stuck in his ways, and the Gen Z dude is actually willing to talk to people. He's actually willing to change his mind. Yeah, we'll tell this guy's full of BS, full of baloney, and that too. And Wilto says he lies because he's a fascist, but what does he lie about? What do you mean he lies? That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. Speaking of that, let's finish this one up. I got a couple more for you guys.
Dangerous to me, and we saw it in those what seemed like very civil conversations, but we were talking right past each other, right? Because they were operating under a whole different other set of facts than what I was operating under.
Did you learn anything at all from speaking with the Trump supporters before the rally?
I learned that we have to work our asses off if we're going to beat them, because the level of, I don't know what the word is.
The level of hate, that's the word that you're looking to project. The level of hate that you have for these people is so strong that they have to fight. Figuratively, of course. Very hard to beat you, my friend. Because even as someone who's sitting here claiming that I will never, ever vote for Trump, I would much rather have Trump than anybody who represents what you think. Anybody who represents that your behavior and your way of life is something to be lauded, something to be replicated. Positile says, sometimes I hate social media for promoting people like him. At the end of the day, some idiots, people, agreed with him while watching this video. Yeah, that's a point that I was making earlier. This has 1 million views. Almost 1.5 million views. It's from August 2019. So, it was right before not right before the election, but 1.5 million people have seen this. And again, I don't have the dislike button thing. If somebody wants to check, Vice, a Democrat went to a Trump rally to try to understand MAGA lovers. If somebody wants to get the dislikes on that, that would be ideal. But, you know, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy that we have to look at this way. Oh, Vincent never misses. Oh my God. That being said, even if he is gay as shit, I don't really care. I just care that he's an asshole. You can be gay. Well, I mean, you can be gay and an asshole. But if I would rather you pick one, and I'd rather you pick gay. That's a really long way of saying, just please don't be an asshole. Just please don't be an asshole. And my friend, you definitely are an asshole. I mean, I get that and again, the white pill is that people like that are gone. They're gone. You're never going to get them to understand reality. I mean, some of them come back from the brink, but it's like a drug addiction. It's like a drug addiction. They have to want to change. And I just don't know. I don't know what it will take to get through to these people. And so stepping back, it feels like all we need to do is lift up people like that dude Sam. Lift up people who are willing to cross the aisle, who are willing to shake hands with somebody who doesn't vote for the same person that they want to vote for. It's my generation. It's the millennials that are fucking this all up, and the boomers are gone. But hopefully soon they will literally be gone. So not too much of an issue. Klug says the man is gay and an asshole, yet his beliefs are closed-minded compared to. Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like they already have that. So I just wanted to show this one other quick thing before we dive into the last thing for tonight. That's not a good segue, but whatever. Here we go. So this is from February of 2016. February of 2016. And it's called "A Protester Wearing a KKK Shirt at a Trump Rally Gets Owned."
The only thing that comes to mind is in
Okay.
This is the Trump crowd reacting to somebody wearing a KKK shirt. If you can't see, it says KKK endorses Trump. He's wearing a fucking Nazi star that they gave to the Jews in the Holocaust. Seems like they're really supporting him.
You see, in the good old days, law enforcement.
Is this the clip that I think it is? If this is the clip that I think it is, then to this day, I have misappropriated where this quote came from. Well, real quick. Positala says it is faster and easier to make stupidity, chaos, and ignorance, etc. Popular in social media because it's more entertaining, while facts are boring. Facts are not boring. I disagree with that. I just think that people. I mean, I get what you're saying. That people don't have the attention span to, listen to anything that's not just spitting stimulus at their face. But it's not that facts are boring. It's that people are boring. It's not that the facts are boring. The facts are amazing. It's the people who are boring. They have no desire to learn more. There's no curiosity. There's no creativity. There's no anything. They're just spoon-fed a narrative, and that's what they think. And especially since we've done enough to see that God is probably not really a thing, you've only emboldened them to be like, oh, you silly, you believe in a man in the sky. How dumb. Meanwhile, they don't know how to have a conversation. It's not the facts that are boring. It's the people that are boring. Can't read that out loud. Vincent's got the same flag. Luke says, all anyone has to say to the allegation that someone is, quote, supported by a group like the KKK is simply F them. Who cares? Well, unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. Who's the president right now? You think that has nothing to do with David Duke? I'm not saying that's the end-all, be-all. But that shit matters. It matters to people who vote. And not everybody who votes is smart. Most are not. Let's just put it that way. I'll be nice. And said if there's one person that supports Nazis, then all of a sudden, breaking, neo-Nazis were at the event. Even if they were standing outside and unaffiliated with the event. Yeah, I mean, you're more likely to find ideas echoed by the National Socialist Party of Germany in the 1930s in the modern left than in modern conservatism. I didn't say republicanism, conservatism. Words mean things. So I want to see if this is the quote that I have heard, and since what did I say? Since 2016, I thought that it was something else. I don't know, but let's see.
Must have been acted a lot quicker than this. A lot quicker. In the good old days,
yep,
they'd rip him out of that seat so fast. But today, everybody's politically correct. Our country's going to hell with...
I don't know what that German shit was. Until this very moment when we just watched that, I was under the assumption that Trump said that in response to a liberal protester at that rally. That's what the news told me. He was inciting violence. Is it not a leftist thing to say? To literally say, punch a Nazi? I cannot believe that. Every single day, it seems like something else comes out. Well, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, Trump's Trump, but it's not as bad as like they were saying. And he's been out of office. He's been off Twitter for 2 years now. It's crazy. Positao says, boring for most individuals who don't have the desire for knowledge. Agreed. And it said, words mean things. I agree. I say that a lot. And nowadays, we have a million extra words to describe the same fucking thing. English teachers are fuming. Yeah. Did anybody else think that about that quote from Trump? That he was talking about somebody other than somebody wearing a KKK shirt? Let's see if we can find this. All right. So Trump rally 2016 calls for violence. If we can get a report from, so what did I say? That was 2016? All right. Let's just I don't want to belabor it, but if we can get it, we won't get it.
It's for the
Hold on. So this is from March. I don't know if this is going to be, give me a sec.
And another week in protests and violence at rallies for Donald Trump. I pressed Trump to condemn violence by his supporters yesterday, and he put much of the blame back on the protesters. All this ahead of major policy speeches by the top candidates in Washington today and votes in key states tomorrow. ABC's Tom Yamas here with the latest. Good morning, Tom.
George, good morning to you. Donald Trump and the other GOP candidates head to D.C. today to address AIPAC, the powerful lobbying organization for Israel. Trump also expected to meet with some Republican leaders before his address as he tries to improve relations with GOP power brokers.
This morning, Donald Trump.
All right, so that's not it, but I can't, and I'm looking, I can't find, the specific and any specific news thing about this, and which is awfully convenient because I'm sure that on February 17th of 2016, everywhere, it was Trump calls for violence at his own rally. I know that because I remember that. It's just convenient how everything is just gone now. Everything's just gone now. So Klug says, delayed versus short-term gratification. People don't realize how conditioned the populace is to get shorter and shorter with technological advances. I admit I am too, but research is fun for me. Yeah, I mean the idea is that you're not going to. Oh, I have an idea. You're not going to get the level of interest from people who aren't smart enough to care about the things that matter. I don't think that is anything that drastic to say. Like, I mean, people want to hold on. People want the truth, but ooh, look what I found. What the fuck? Oh. So remember our friend from earlier on when Sam was at the rally, all the Trump rally, all of the Trump people were nice to him. You know, the one person said like, oh, that they didn't want to talk to him, but nobody was rude except for the liberal TV show host, Jordan Klepper. I don't know what this is, but look what I found.
While former President Obama tries to rally Democrats, Donald Trump's diehard supporters are still clinging to his every word, even if most of those words are lies. So what is it like to attend a Trump rally post-January 6th? I have a few thoughts, of course, but to get a real perspective on this, let's go to the Daily Show's Jordan Klepper. He went to Iowa to find out. Take a listen. Watch.
Loser!
My last Trump rally was January 6th.
Did everybody catch that? How he fucking messed up sending it off? What an idiot. Let's watch that again.
To get a real perspective on this, let's go to the Daily Show's Jordan Klepper. He went to Iowa to find out. Take a listen.
Take a what?
My last Trump rally was January 6th. Have you seen any gallows go up anywhere?
Nope.
Do you think Mike Pence will show up here today, or does he not want to hang?
Oh, I think he would be afraid to show up here today.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because he was a coward. He didn't do the right thing. That's why.
Or because these people tried to kill him.
You know, people say, oh.
Notice how he tried to set her up for the violent the violent comment. He tried to set her up to say something violent. And she just said, "Oh, because, he did the wrong thing." Look at it again. Look at what just happened. If you're not noticing this stuff as it happens in front of your face, you're missing out on what's really happening. This is editorialization of reality in front of your face.
Any gallows go up? My last Trump rally was January 6th. Have you seen any gallows go up anywhere?
Nope.
Do you think Mike...
Ready? So he's talking about Mike Pence.
Pence will show up here today, or does he not want to hang?
Oh, I think he would be afraid to show up here today.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, afraid? What would he be afraid of? Oh, yes, a Trumper gonna threaten somebody. Oh my God, we're here. We got it.
Why is that?
Because he was a coward. He didn't do the right thing. That's why.
Or because these people tried to kill him.
You know, people.
And he was the one to bring up the violence. That's not a speech impediment. He is a news anchor, and he flubbed his words. A speech impediment is when you have you have something where you can't say things properly. He just messed up his words. That's not the same thing. That's not what a speech impediment is. Has Sneeko done any? Actually, the next stream is going to be a Sneeko stream because he had that conversation with Destiny. So next stream, everything can't be about Sneeko, but let's continue.
People say, oh, Trump's that's a cult, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like cult is such a negative word. We are not a cult. We are a group.
They are
of Americans that love our country.
And when I say they are, I don't mean I'm arguing. Yes, they are a cult. I meant they, the ones who hate you. They are the ones in the cult.
And we want it back.
Are there any old hits or things you hope he goes back to?
Oh gosh, I feel like whatever he spews out of his mouth, I just love it. I just love
it. Doesn't matter what he says?
Yeah,
we're gonna love it. We're gonna love being here. We're gonna love hearing what he has to say.
But this isn't a cult.
No, I don't think so.
Got him! Like, what? What? Positile says, question, which clickbait title do you think most of society would click on? 10 helpful NASA inventions that help the world, or 10 secret? Yeah, the second one, definitely. Definitely. That's a speech impediment. That is a speech impediment.
I certainly don't
So
think that's violence.
So the last thing I wanted to show is just something that shows all of the times Trump supposedly has called for violence. So let's go through them and see how violent he really was. And we're already starting to knock the crap out of them. So that sounds pretty bad, right? Let's make sure we get the whole enchilada.
I certainly don't incite violence.
Knock the crap out of him.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I don't condone violence.
Oh, it's gonna be like that. I thought, that's what it's called, fumbling your words. A faux pas, maybe. Misspeaking. But I thought they were going to go through, I thought it was going to be a list of incidents. They're going to say, when this happened, he said this. No, they're just going to clip out the quotes. I mean, I guess it's a minute long. We may as well watch it now.
And I don't talk about violence.
I would have done well, but I would have been boom, boom, boom. I'll beat that.
I don't know if I'll do the fighting myself or if other people will.
Maybe.
How often do we talk about fighting in the context of politics? Didn't Joe Biden challenge him to a boxing match? Which would be fucking hilarious. It was funny, in 2016. In 2022, it's almost too sad to be funny. Cook said, people are predisposed to have their attention grabbed by negativity as opposed to positivity. Perhaps because being aware of what could go wrong kept our ancestors alive in time of strife. Yeah, Liltos, maybe, put his foot in his, no, putting your foot in your mouth is saying something that you shouldn't have said, like something that you should have kept quiet. That's more putting your foot in your mouth. When it's like, yo, why you shut the fuck up? Why'd you say that? Like when the kid is like, teacher, you forgot to hand out the homework. That's, well, actually, that's not a good idea or a good example, because you would need the person also to be like, all right, little toes, glad to see you. Thank you for hanging out. You have a good one. Appreciate you hanging out. Yeah, let's finish this up, and then let's drop the link.
He should have been roughed up because it was absolutely disgusting what he was doing.
If you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of him, would you? Seriously.
That's self-defense. Or not self-defense, but if he's saying that people are going to throw things at him, it makes sense why you wouldn't want that to happen.
Like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
And again, I think there he was talking about Biden because he had challenged him. I could be wrong, but because there's no sourcing or no context, I'm fucking guessing here.
Try not to hurt him. If you do, I'll defend you in court. Don't worry about it.
That's called a joke. Now we're oh my God.
In the good old days, this doesn't happen because they used to treat them very, very rough. And when they protested once, you know, they would not do it again so easily. We've become weak. We've become weak.
And you know what? The audience swung back. And I thought it was very, very appropriate. The audience hit back. And that's what we need a little bit more of now.
Part of the problem and part of the reason it takes so long is nobody wants to hurt each other anymore, right?
I don't know if I would have done well, but I would have been out there fighting, folks. I don't know if I would have done well, but I would have been boom, boom, boom. I'll beat that.
Do you plan on paying for the legal fees of this older gentleman in North Carolina who sucker punched the protester?
From what I understand, he was sticking a certain finger up in the air. And that is a terrible thing to do in front of somebody that, frankly, wants to see America made great again.
It's possible you could help him with legal fees if this man needs it.
I'm not saying that giving the finger is justification for violence. It's not. But in any other situation, why would you expect that the person who was originally being flipped off to pay for the medical bills? I don't get it.
I've actually instructed.
I dropped the link, guys. Come on up. Whoever's coming on up, come on up.
My people to look into it, yes.
All right, what do we got here? I got one more for you while we wait. And then we're getting the fuck out of here, guys. This. Oh, oh no, that was it. Okay, so while we wait, let's do. I don't know. I'm just gonna put on something from Fox News from today. Let's just see what's on the front page. If anybody comes up, that'll be ideal. Where the fuck is all this shit? All right, you know what? I have a better idea. Struggle streaming. Gotta figure this shit out. You know what I mean? Oh, I fucking did that already. God damn it. Let's go with. Well, let's go with that. All right. Everybody, I need you up here. This is going to be the. I'm going to cut it short. I need somebody up here.
And that little library room was kind of shut off. No one there because who the fuck goes to the library, you know? The whole basketball team.
Did you get trained by a basketball team?
Yeah.
How many guys?
11.
11 guys.
I said the whole team or anything, but just
That's the whole roster.
I was in school and that little library room was kind of shut off. No one went in there because who the fuck goes to the library, you know? The whole basketball team.
The entire. Did you get trained by a basketball team?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
How many guys?
11.
Listen, I just want to say this real quick. We're going to talk about her in a quick second. If your homegirl is friends with a girl like this, cast down on her just as much. Just as much. Birds of a feather flock together, goddammit.
11 guys.
I said the whole team or anything, but just
That's the whole roster.
Oh my God. You know what's crazy about this is that imagine you meet a pretty young thing. She's cool. She seems classy, right? She gets along with all your friends and she just seems like a fun, loving person. But in her history, she used to be the reward for the basketball team for winning. Women like this are not designed for commitment, but still want to be married. They're simply for the streets. But this one in particular, she is the streets. But gentlemen, listen to me. If you get tricked by one like this, it ain't her fault. It is yours. Run the whole facts. The craziest part about this whole thing is that she seems so proud and talking about it on a public street in front of a camera. I don't understand how you can be proud about that unless like you're a porn star and you're trying to add it to your whole resume. But 11 dudes and of the basketball team, that's so crazy. You've taken more eggplant in one night than the height of a person. Complete and utterly absurd.
Oh, I thought NBA was leaving. What's up, NBA goalie? Welcome, welcome. It's panel time. Come on up. Come on up. Anybody gonna come on up? Or are we done with the show? I don't know. You know what we're gonna do? Here's what we're gonna do. Just in the nick of time, we've got Sanzik in the building. What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot, but 11 dudes. Holy fuck.
Yowza. The new video caught my interest. So the new video was just, we're not talking about girls getting trained by basketball players today. That was just to entertain y'all while we wait for our friend to come up here. So, but like I said, our next stream is going to be a Destiny versus Sneeko. So, what's today? Friday? Monday evening, 8 p.m. right here. So yes, 11 guys is a lot, but I'm more interested in what you think about the differences between our friend Sam and the dude who went to the rally from Vice.
I mean, there's a list I could go down.
Please.
Just that Sam dude, while not the most open, he is very much so more open than that other guy was. That guy was not even there for like a discussion. He was there to confirm what he already knew.
Yeah, that was the first thing that I noticed, even before watching the Vice one and just watching the Jubilee video. I could see that dude genuinely wanted to just meet people, and you could see that the Vice guy was in there to produce a piece for Vice. That was all that he was there for. I mean, I don't. Do you guys want to watch the original 100 Friends video of Sam going around his campus? We could do that. I just didn't think that would be super relevant. But what else did you have on your list?
Well, the Vice guy, he was extremely confrontational from the start, and the other guy was trying to be friendly.
Yeah, I mean the entire concept. Hey, do you want to be my friend? Versus, why do you think what you do? Well, I think that of course, in New Hampshire, Bernie's gonna da 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 da. It's like, why are you? What are you doing? What is your goal here? And it's just sad. Did you know about that that Trump quote that was the video we watched with the KKK dude? Did you know that quote was from that situation?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm fairly certain he said something like it, but not that specific one.
Because I had assumed. I mean, now that I think back, they may have even cut two different things together and played it as something with. I think they were attributing it to that black dude who gave him finger, and then the old dude punched him, and they were acting like Trump was saying, "Oh, they used to do that even more," and cheering that on. But that's not at all what happened. All he was saying was that it took a long time for security to deal with that. And then he made the statement about, in the old day, da-da-da-da-da. But it's and when I originally heard it, then I was primed, just like the Vice dude, to take the worst interpretation of everything. But now, having some time to step back, Trump just saying that in the old days, we used to take them out behind the barn, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not really anything. I mean,
well, it never was. It was always just throwaway comments that
exactly.
were rude.
Exactly. All the way back through grab him by the pussy. That was never anything. That was never anything wrong. The full quote is they let you. They let you. That implies consent. That stop, don't do that. This motherfucker's trying to knock my fucking lay down. Why do you need to get up there? But just crazy. Just crazy. Any other thoughts on how we can get people who are more like the Vice guy to be a little bit more like our friend Sam?
I mean, no, because again, there's that famous quote, you can't reason somebody out of a position they came to with emotion. So if they're already emotional and they don't want to be changed, then how can you?
Well said. Well said. So, here's what I'm going to do. There's a Sneeko video that dropped that I haven't watched yet. So what I'm going to do is go into Discord and we're going to watch that video. And well, we're going to finish this MTR video that we started. This one. And then we're going to watch the other video. So if you're not in Discord, join the Discord, and the party will continue on. Sanzik, any last words for the people?
Don't be like the Vice guy.
Beautifully said. Don't be like the Vice guy. And of course, you can find Sanzik and his name right there. Thank you so much for coming up, brother. I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate you guys hanging out. I think it's so telling. It's so telling when somebody is willing to learn and when somebody is not. And we know that Gen Z is every generation since the silent generation has been more liberal than the one before. And I can't remember if it's that Gen Z is slightly more conservative than millennials, or if it's that the rate at which we see each generation getting more liberal, that rate is smaller in Gen Z. Either way, there's more Gen Z kids who understand let's just say both sides of things. They might not understand things very well by virtue of just not having life experience, but the willingness to be open to different things is certainly much better in Gen Z kids than in millennials. I remember being after I graduated college, and I told you there was some social scientist or something somewhere was talking about how something switched with the class of 2013, and I'm the class of 2012. Something switched, and the people that we saw like in 2017, 2015, the Berkeley riots, all that kind of stuff. All of us in the real world were like, oh my God, these stupid college kids, they think they can just whine and get whatever they want. Wait till they get to the real world. Then they're in for a surprise. It's going to hit them in the face like a ton of bricks. And then they took over society. They took over society. And now we live in this wokeocracy. But thankfully, it seems like Gen Z is going to be able to bring us back from the brink. So I wouldn't necessarily put all your eggs in that basket. I think it is super important to be aware of what's going on in your local jurisdiction. It's important to understand what's going on in the country at large. And it's important to understand what's going on in the world at large. But obviously, you can't know everything. You can't keep up with everything. And so if you just work on knowing the things that you know and knowing them well, then you come here and tell everybody what you know. And then everybody else who knows something else, you can come here and learn from them. That's what we're doing, guys. We're building a community. Remember that Trump guy said we're appropriating that word, even though appropriating is a pretty leftist word to begin with. But this has to change. And leaving it up to, well, conservative millennials are having more kids, so it'll work itself out, is not enough. It's not enough. We need to point out where this shit has gone awry and why it is incorrect or immoral or whatever it is. We don't want to be the ones out here just saying things. That's the worst thing you could do. At least have a goddamn point. Other than that, I mean, there's not much any one individual can do. We come together and we're forced to be reckoned with. So go scroll down, go see that link for Discord, click it, join, and we're doing shit. Also, in that description, I've got some support links scrolling across the screen right now. We've got your $, the IndianJesus. I would definitely appreciate if you could help out the channel, but it is completely free to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, share, and all of that good stuff. It's completely free. So if you could do me a favor and do one or all of those, I would love that. But even if you just want to sit at home and think about how great this channel is and how awesome I am, you could do that too. Until next time, guys, I'm your host, Lutch, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. Till next time, I'm out of here. Peace.